to hear the question. Okay. Olua. All right. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Titilayo, Mrs. Titilayo, you can unmute
Good
yourself and ask.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you
afternoon.
very much for being there for us. You really tried. You really done an amazing job. And you don't need to beg. The network of Nigeria is bad. So we understand what happened. My question, I have two questions. One, before you showed candlestick yesterday, you showed one that have only line without any bar. That area, I am not clear about it.
Okay, when
That's
your
the
voice is
second
breaking.
question is that you talk about multiplying the lots by 20. Is
Okay.
that 20 fixed, or do we have another, can we use another number, or how do we come about that 20? Those are the questions I want to know much about. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
you're welcome. Okay, if I heard your
So those
first
two
question,
questions.
okay,
Thank you, sir.
if I heard your first question correctly,
Hello?
you're referring to, can you hear me?
Yes.
If I heard your first question correctly, you
Mm-hmm.
were talking about charts,
Yes,
types of
yes,
charts.
perfectly.
Okay. All right, no problem. Then the second question is
The
concerning
first one
about
you show before you give us the candlestick. Yes.
okay.
That's those 20. Is
All right.
20 fixed, or how do we come about the
Okay.
number to multiply the lot with?
Okay, I will share my screen. I will share my screen now to explain that again. This is not coming up. Sure. Hope we can all see my screen now. Hope you can all see my screen now, right? Okay. Okay, all right, perfect. So I said we have different types of charts. We have the candlestick, we have the line chart. Candlestick is very, very common to everybody in the financial market. We have the line chart, we have lines with area, and lines with area is basically the ones if you're very, very conversant, or if you watch more of all these financial TV stations like Bloomberg and CNBC, if you watch them, you will notice that what they make use of is the areas, lines with areas. So these lines with areas is going to help you know your peaks and your lows. You don't need a magician to tell you that there is a high here or there is a low here. So the next type of chart we have is the line chart. Now this doesn't come with any area. So we also have the halo candles, looks like a candle, but not a candle. Halo candles. Now you can clearly see there is a difference between the normal candle we are used to, and there is a difference between the two of them. So there are different types of chart, but for you as a beginner and who is just coming into the forex market or into the financial world, I suggest you make use of the lines, the line chart. Now, why are you making use of the line chart? You're making use of the line chart because it will help you a lot see your swing highs and your swing lows very, very well. Once you're able to identify your highs and your lows very well, you can now switch to your normal candlesticks. Can now switch to your normal candlesticks. It's better that way because some find it very difficult to identify their swing highs and the swing lows using a candlestick. But I'm telling you what worked for me. If it worked for me, definitely too, it should work for someone else. When I was starting out, I find it very difficult to identify my highs and my lows. So someone introduced me to the line chart. Ever since then, line charts helped me develop my skill help me develop my skill in identifying some things I need to identify. When I'm done identifying those things, I can now switch back to the normal candlestick we are used to. Okay, so your second question is concerning lot sizes. Now that 20 is not fixed. It can be any number, it can be 10. What is fixed there is that lot size you're using. Remember, I said we have three types of lot sizes. We have the standard, we have the mini, and we have the micro. Yeah. So the standard lot, each pip movement in a standard lot is a fixed $10. That is where we have fixed $10 if you're using a standard lot. So if you're using a mini lot has a fixed $1. Fixed $1. If you're using a micro lot has a fixed 0.1 cent. I think I should put this, I should write this. We have three types of them. We have standard. We have standard, which simply standard lot, which means you have 100K purchasing power. You have 100K purchasing power, and each pip movement using a standard lot size is $10 and is being represented on MT4 or 5 as 1.00. Now this is for the standard lot. So the next one is the mini lot, which means you have 10,000 purchasing power. Each pip movement here is $1. Is $1 and is being represented on MT5 or 4 as 0.10. You see how we are changing, how we moved from 1.00 to 0.10. And the last one we have is the micro lot. Micro lot, this is the smallest, which simply means you have 1K purchasing power. I have 1K purchasing power, and each pip movement here is 0.1 cent. 0.1 cent is being represented in T4 or 5 as 0.01. I have to change the color of this. Let's use red. Okay. You guys can see this thing. Can you guys see this thing very well? Or should I increase? Okay, let me increase the font. Okay. All right. So now this is where the maths comes in. All right. So this is where the maths come in. Now, if we are using a standard lot size, if we are using a standard lot size and we have a stop loss of, we have a stop loss of, like everything I'm doing now, I have to put it into writing. I think it's better that way, in a way that everybody is going to understand. We are using a standard lot. Now, it's already embedded in the back of our mind that each pip movement in a standard lot is $10, right? It's fixed. They are not removing anything. It's $10. Each pip movement in a standard lot is $10. Using a standard lot is $10. It's $10. Now, the drop signal from our cash X back office that we should maybe buy Euro USD. Should buy Euro USD. They gave us a stop loss of 50 pips. Now I'm no longer using 20 again. It's to show you that it's not fixed. The only fixed thing we have here is the money you are being charged using the lot sizes. So they gave us a 50 pip stop loss. Now what we are going to do is 50 multiplied by 10. This 10 is from this standard lot we are using because each pip movement there is $10. So 50 multiplied by 10 will give us 500. So this simply means we are risking $500. So you calculate your PEEP, you take your PEEP and multiply it by the lot size you're using, the value of the lot size you're using. If you're using a mini lot size, which is $1, $1 for the movement for each PEEP movement. Now it will be 50 multiplied by 1. 50 multiplied by 1 equals to 50. You are risking $50. So you take your stop loss value in pips and multiply it by the value of the lot size you want to use. Hello, ma. I hope I've answered your question. I think it's well clear now. I hope I've answered your question, ma'am. Okay, the next question I have here is Mrs. Charlotte. Okay, please kindly unmute yourself. Mrs. I'm sorry about the pronunciation. Ogungwi. Please kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello. Good
Hello,
morning.
ma'am. Good morning. You're welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Dami. Thank you for all that you've been doing, that you did yesterday. We understand the network
It's
situation in
not
our
that me
country,
today,
so
but
it's
it's
normal.
Xavier.
Come again.
It's not that me today, it's Xavier.
Okay, no problem. Um, and thank you, Madam Champimpe, for your good work. My own is not really a question per se. Mine is just the area of you using laptop. Not
Okay.
like somebody like me, I don't have laptop, to be honest, and I'm not really too good in it. But if it is that of the phone, I should be better off. So that was why I'm just thinking maybe probably by God's willing grace, if God should give you another time, maybe a convenient time again, you can help us with the phone. I think I will surely appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Sorry. My network, your voice at some point was breaking. So I didn't get everything you said.
Oh, oh, sorry, I didn't know. So I said I actually appreciate all that you're doing. That's just that you're using the laptop. I'm not too good in laptop, to be honest. And that
Okay.
if you can use the phone, I think it will be better for me so that I can be able to know how to navigate with the phone. So for that of the laptop, it's going to be a bit difficult for me. I'm just trying to be as honest as I
Okay.
can here. So that's just the truth.
Okay,
All
So
Xavier,
I
right.
before you
sincerely
go,
really
hold on. Xavier, before you respond to that, hold on. Good afternoon,
Okay.
madam. So what
good
Xavier is
afternoon.
doing here, we've already sent out videos on how to use TradeLocker. If you go back and
Okay.
watch that video with what Xavier is doing, if you watch this one, it will make it very easy for you to understand. So we sent out how to use
Okay.
TradeLocker on the platform. So we are going to send it, send them back to the various groups so that when you go and watch the video, you'll be able to relate with what Xavier is doing here.
Oh,
It's not,
Okay.
and there are no differences. The only thing is you are seeing it on a wider screen. And Xavier is laptop, and your phone is not as wide as this. That's the only difference. So, but when you watch that video and you watch this one, you'll be able to relate better. Thank you.
okay. Yeah, I remember I've asked you to send them to me, but you've not responded.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Just chat me again. I'll get the videos and send them to you. Sorry about that.
No
Xavier, you
problem.
can go ahead.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So, Mr. Ezekiel Sunday, you can go on with your question. Hello, Mr. Sunday, can you hear me? Okay, I think he's I don't know. Okay. The next person, Miss Ronke. Okay, you can unmute yourself now and ask your question.
Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time and your efforts on this platform. I appreciate you
Thank
all,
you.
Madam Champepe too. Please, my question comes from yesterday. You were trying
All
to
right.
place a trade on the trade locker,
Okay.
but I missed some steps. I wanted to know if you maybe if you could go through the steps again because I'm only used to the MetaTrader 4. I've never placed a trade manually on TradeLocker. So if you could just go slowly over the steps of how to actually manually place a trade on TradeLocker, I will appreciate that.
All right. Okay. All right. No problem. So I can delete these things, right? These writings, I can go on and delete. Yeah. We all understand what I explained about lot size. So for you to place a trade, on TradeLocker, It's very, very easy and very, very simple, just like the same way you do with your MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. Now, if you're making use of the laptop, when you open your laptop, this is how it's going to look like. You have your watch list here and you have the chart here. That's how it's going to look like. So let's just pick any random pair. Let's just pick any random pair. Let's use Euro USD. Now, this is Euro USD. Euro USD. Pick any random pair. So you have this dialog box here on Euro USD. You have this dialog box. This dialog box here. Now click on this arrow here to bring up the box for you to see the dialog box very, very well. So we have the market and we have pending. Market is if you're going to the market instantly, if you want an instant execution, that is when you're going to choose market. So if it's a buy signal or a sell signal, we have sell here, we have buy. If it's buy, you switch to buy. If it's sell, you switch to sell. Then for your stop loss, you put your stop loss here. You check this box, put your stop loss. Let's say I want to sell this Euro USD now. I want my stop loss to be. I'll have to use a very small lot. I want my stop loss to be 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1. So 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 2, 3, 1. That is where I want my stop loss to be, just above the high. For my take profit, I'm looking at taking profit at 21.61.3. 21.61.3. As you want to. Then here is where we have lot sizes. Here is where we have lot size. So I'll use the lowest lot, 0.01. Using 0.01. Now, this is 21 pips, right? This is 21 pips because I'm using a 0.01 lot. And each pip movement in 0.01 is 0.1 cent. So multiply 0.1 cent to it have changed because of the movement of this thing. It have changed. Now you multiply it by your pips. You can see the profit they wrote for me here is $1.97. Now it's back to $2. When you're done, just click on sell. You confirm. And your trade has been executed instantly. This is my sell on Euro USD. I have my take profit here and I have my stop loss here. So it's very, very easy. The same way you place trades on MT4 and MT5, that's the same way you do here. But I like this. I prefer this because this will help you see how much you're risking and it will help you see how much you're targeting. Okay, once you put your lot size, they will help you do the calculations. All right, I hope I've answered your question. All right, so the next person I have here is Mr. Basta, Mrs. Basta, sorry. Mrs. Basta, you can go on and unmute and ask your question. Mrs. Faustine, you can go on and unmute and ask your question, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Trust you're doing great today, ma'am.
Yes, please. With the example you've shown now, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What is the lot size? Sorry, what is the pip? How many pips is that? Because I couldn't get the stop between the stop loss and then
That's 20 pips. That's 20 pips. So just do this math yourself. Do 20 multiplied by 0.1. 20 multiplied by 0.1. I use 20 pips and I'm using a mini lot size.
we only do
Which is,
tap.
sorry, I can't hear you, man.
Yeah, I was saying that with the TradeLocker, and since we are doing challenge account, are we allowed, apart from tap to trade, to also place trade manually?
Manually. Yes, you can place trades manually, but you need to be sure of what you're doing. You need to be sure of what you're doing.
With
Because
trade alert. With trade
yeah,
alert
yeah,
from
with trade alerts, you
Akashes.
can with trade alerts. Yeah, just go copy out. Okay, sorry, go on, ma.
Okay. Okay, with Trade Alert, you can, like Xavier just said, but you must make sure that you know how to interface with this Trade Locker very well, so that you don't go and end up losing all your profit challenge money. Because if you don't know how to interface with it very well, since it's a new interface, you need to just learn how to interface with it very well before you can place trade. And mind you, if you're placing trade, no multiple trades in time. If you want to do tap to trade, do tap to trade, allow it close before you can say you want to place, let's say, trade alert, copy and paste. Don't put multiple trades running. If you're doing tap to trade, allow the tap to trade to close, and also make sure that you know how to interface with this very well before you start taking trades. So if you want to learn it, you can be using like 0.01, so that you master how to interface with it, so that you don't lose money. The primary goal is to preserve capital. If you preserve your capital, you can trade and trade and trade.
Okay.
Thank you. Xavier, you can
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. So I forgot to mention something. Thank you for reminding me now that you said trade alert. If you go to that trade alert, you will notice that most of the setups there are on either sell limit or buy limit. So this is how you're going to do it. The same way you're placing instant execution. Now you see there is something called pending here. Click on pending. Now you're setting a pending limit. Let's say you want to buy. You're setting a buy limit. I'll do that. I'll do an example here. Giving them instruction that whenever price gets to so place,